Yo, welcome back to the Intersect podcast where Toomey doesn't shut the fuck up for the next hour. We talk about travel, we talk about Ibiza, and we talk about a little bit of content creation. Enjoy the fucking episode, boys and girls. Do you want to try?
No.
That was actually pretty good, straightforward,
And also, welcome to the country. Welcome back to the Intersect podcast. We've got a very special guest, someone that gives my time back to me.
Not take it away.
That's right. Mr. Toomey.
Hello, that's me. Hello.
Our editor. So, Toomey, you said that we have something to start off with.
I have a controversial take I wanted to bring up because you guys love the White Monster. I think this is possibly the worst Monster flavour.
You know what? I could probably agree with that.
That's, I think, going to be the end of the episode. Thank you guys
If anyone knows a good editor or a...
Look, I've not had the White Monster before until I did the episode with you guys and you offered one and I was like, oh, great. No calories, no sugar, which is fantastic, but it tastes funky compared to the other Monsters.
It tastes like TV static.
It's got like a menthol flavour,
Yeah.
I thought, compared to... But then the other ones are loaded with sugar, so it kind of makes sense.
I would almost say it tastes like lemonade.
That's probably
Like
the closest thing to it.
There's
But
like
like a soft,
Yeah.
like a
It was just
limeade.
weird. To be honest, now I'm having my second can. It's not as bad. But that first can from the other week, when I had the first sip, and I was expecting a refreshing Monster, it just didn't quite hit right. I was like, oh, that's kind of
This
funny.
is
Yeah.
the whole thing of like beer. You don't like beer because you haven't had it enough. You don't like the White Monster because you haven't had it enough.
Probably.
Yeah, it does. And there is a lot of people that think it's probably the worst flavour.
Well, it's massive. It's like a whole meme. Like White Monster is like a whole
It's like
thing.
the whole like gym community type. That's who like loves it, and goth mummies.
Yeah, well, those are the memes I see. It's just goths and White Monsters.
Yeah. Goth mummies and white monsters is the biggest meme, and the gym, and also the song that comes with the white monsters,
Yeah.
which is Creed.
Do you remember like it's transformed? Like back in the day, Monsters.
No.
It was the black can with the green
Yeah.
stripes, and it was all about Kyle punching holes in walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the go back
They
in the
rebranded.
day. Now,
So,
it's a
what's the
whole new-
favorite? What's the favorite?
They do like a mango one.
Mango Loco.
Is that?
Yeah.
Is that orange kind of
think it's
light
like
orange
yellowy.
can?
A
Yeah,
Motropo?
It's blue and orangey colour.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like the main colour is blue, and then it's got like a yellowy orange.
Oh, the one that looks like cocoa. The
yeah.
skeletons.
It's Mango Loco.
They are
Oh,
so good,
yeah.
but they are loaded with sugar.
Yeah. That's the one that Adam swears by.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
my, when I drive to Perth, it's my little treat. I always
Yeah.
get one of them for the drive.
Can't say that I've
The
had
only
one.
thing that I don't like about those, and I never drink the full sugar monsters, one, because they're like 400 calories
Yeah.
for a whole thing.
Bulking
and
life
they've
hack.
got like 50 something grams of carbs
Yeah.
for like a full one.
Oh, well, yeah, these are good that they're zero sugar.
Yeah, I mean that's why I think that like the whole meme around it is like low sugar, it gives you an energy hit, it tastes good, it's the best one that there is,
and then you crash after.
and then you crash. Well, this is my third one for today.
You are going to
It's
have a
so
heart
bad.
attack.
Do you drink coffee or is this?
Yeah,
like-
I have two
you have
coffees in
coffee
the
too?
morning.
Jesus.
Brother is
Yeah.
pushed. No wonder you don't do pre-workout
Yeah.
anymore. You're just
No, I
caffeinated 24/7.
So I had one at 12, and then I had one at 3, and then I've got this one. But I had 2 coffees this morning. It's bad, hey? I should probably stop.
Saying that out loud makes him sound horrible.
Yeah. I should probably stop with the caffeine, maybe.
Or push the limits, one of the two.
Nah, because I'm like scared of overdosing on caffeine.
Well, how much is in a can?
Why aren't you on the verge
I have
now?
one here.
It's only like 160 milligrams.
160. What's in a regular coffee?
About the same, I think.
It's like 60, isn't it?
But you can only max out at like 1 gram. Like 1 gram is bad.
1,000
Milligram.
Oh, well, you got a while to go
Yeah.
then.
But I had someone tell me that they overdosed on caffeine, and it was like horrific what they were going through.
Jesus.
Like mad heart palpitations. I'm pretty sure actually I have overdosed. Not overdosed. Overdose sounds wrong.
Yeah.
But had too much caffeine when we went out with Adam, Tony, and all the boys down in Perth. And I
Red
had
Bull and vodkas.
Red Bull and vodkas. And I had about 12 of them. My heart was about to come out of my chest. It
Yeah.
was bad, but I was also super pissed and I couldn't breathe properly.
Yeah, I've been there. You ever seen the M150? It's like in Thailand. It's just Red Bull syrup.
Yeah.
Too many of them once, and I thought my heart was going to explode. It's the worst pain.
Or does it taste like Red Bull?
Well, we use it as a mixer, so it just adds the Red Bull flavor because it's like a syrup, but it is just concentrated. It's the concentrated caffeine. So we made like our own big bucket thing, like a laundry bucket. And we were just, putting in like 4 liters of Sprite, like 2 liters of vodka, and like, I don't know, 6 of these M150 things. And I only had like a couple cups. And for the rest of the afternoon, I was just like clutching my chest on the beach, like, boys, I'm going down.
When you wake up in the morning, the shakes you have and how you're feeling is just jittery.
It's coming down.
You just feel.
I didn't surprisingly have any of that. I just remember like being around the toilet bowl and Tony like was asking me if I was good, and I just dropped the fattest fart, and he's like, "That's foul. I'm gonna leave." And I could like, my breathing was like, it was like a little puppy.
Yeah.
And then I could feel my heart, and I was like sweating, but I was cold. It was bad.
I did the only the only time I've gotten close to that was with Dennis, the Menace.
Yeah.
He's like, I made you some pre-workout. Thanks, mate. I just had some, but I'll take a little bit more if I go to the gym. My God, he put like 3 scoops in it after I had like a scoop and a bit.
Right.
And I remember at the gym and I was just chatting constantly. I was like, yeah, that's cool. And
You don't shut the fuck up when you're tweaking off caffeine.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's borderline annoying. I'm like, yo, you need to shut the fuck up. Please go away from me right now. I like the old JP where he doesn't say anything, tells me to fuck off and then leaves. That's the one that I like.
Yeah. Can you imagine if I had coffee? I'd probably be a nice person.
No, talk too much. Toomey, I want to talk about you, mate.
Sure.
Tell us a little bit about your story because you've traveled a lot for work. Tell everyone what you do and where you've been.
Well, I'm from England originally, but I moved to Australia in 2013, 13 years ago. So used to just work office jobs, and then in 2019 I saved up as much money as I could to try and like go freelance because I love videography and social media and content. So I wanted to just become like a freelance videographer. Spent a few years doing like retail businesses, just local businesses, and then started working in the music industry, which was what I did for the last 3 years. So that's where a lot of the travel videography and stuff comes from. I started working for DJs in the music industry, managing their social media, filming their live performances, making reels and TikToks for them and that kind of stuff. So I did a lot of traveling with that. And that's when we then moved to Geraldton, and I kind of wanted to step back from all that because that was all very Europe-based. The music industry here kind of sucks, like the live touring. It's not much of it in Australia, and people don't pay the money that they pay in Europe. In Europe, you've got all the festivals across all the different countries there. So it's like, smaller than Australia and way more condensed. There's just way more opportunities. Yeah. So when we kind of moved to Geraldton a couple years ago, I was still traveling back to England every summer. So I would do 4 months or winter here, summer in the UK to work festivals and work the Ibiza season over there. And then I would come back to Australia and just work remotely doing social media. And then as of this year, I kind of taken a step back from that to try and start up more local businesses here. So I started working for you boys, doing your editing and other local people just doing videography, and kind of have a reset. When I stepped back in 2019, I wanted to work for myself. I wanted to make my own content. And I started working for other people and kind of got distracted. Like working in the music industry was amazing to begin with. But then after like 3 years, it didn't quite meet what I was passionate about. Like, I get to do all these amazing experiences and travel with the artists and private jets and all that shit. But the one thing I was actually passionate about, which is making content, could never quite hit the mark. When you're working with like music artists, you're working with a whole team of people and everybody has their say. And, when I make a video, it's like, I make it how I think is best. So when other people start chiming in and changing it, the end product was never as good as I thought it could be, and then that kind of stuff. So I'm now taking a step back and trying to kind of go out on my own, make more of my own content, and work more locally, like in Australia, because working for European clients for like 2 years remotely in Australia just sucked. Like working in the middle of the night. Used to set alarms on my phone to wake up like every 2 hours just to check messages and stuff. So I would never sleep for more than like 2 hours. Check my messages, maybe do a bit of work, back to sleep for a couple hours, and I did that for 2 years and it sucked.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, I mean the job was a dream, and I was like wanted to keep it as much as I can. But then after 2 years, so 2025 last year was like my final year. I went back to Europe. I lived in Ibiza for the season. For like 3 months I lived in Ibiza, and that was like the final thing I wanted to do. And I felt like I've kind of ticked all the boxes that I wanted to do in that industry. And now I'm just kind of looking for more work in Australia. My dream is to work in like travel and tourism. I see that as like the industry for what I was doing in the music industry in Europe. I feel like I could do here in like travel and tourism, because that's a better industry in Australia, especially like Western Australia.
I was going to say, especially northern Western Australia, it's massive.
Yeah.
Like, proper massive.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got a question about your Ibiza. Wouldn't that have been a wild experience for 3 months in a place like that? Just videography?
Yeah, it is. And it was crazy, as crazy as it sounds. You know, I was living with a couple of mates who were running events out there. So they had a residency. They run events in Wales in the UK, and they got a residency in Ibiza. So every Sunday night in one of the clubs there, they would throw a party for like 12 weeks or maybe even more than that. They were there for almost 6 months, and I joined them for the last 3 months. We all had a house together. We'd go partying. I mean, not every night.
Most nights.
But yeah, and it's gold. When you're living there and you're working there, you know, Ibiza, the way I describe it to people is, as a tourist, it's a trap. If you just want to go on holiday and you go to Ibiza, it's just a regular person. Like, most people are going in there like early 20s and stuff. You're getting scammed. It's way too expensive. Like, even water in the club is like $28 for a small bottle, and they put salt water in the taps, so you can't drink that. You have to buy the like $28 bottles of water, and it's a tiny bottle,
crime.
bro. It is. It should be illegal. I mean, it is in like most countries. It is illegal. You have to offer free water, but not in Ibiza. So Ibiza is tailored to like the VIPs, right? That's where the real experience is. And I'm not a VIP, but working and knowing contacts and stuff, you know, I never had to pay to get into a club. I can always get guest list, and which normally comes with free drinks and stuff. So that's like the real Ibiza. If you're going to Ibiza just for holiday, for clubbing, you're being scammed. It's way too expensive. It's not worth it. I don't like half the clubs there. It is a shit experience as a tourist.
True.
But the island itself is beautiful. I mean, Balearic Islands in Spain is like some of the most beautiful islands I've ever been to.
Yeah.
So yeah, living there for 3 months was a once in a lifetime experience. That's why it was like the last thing I wanted to do, you know, live in Ibiza for a season. I'm like, okay, I've done it all now.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
You couldn't stay there for longer, surely. You couldn't stay for longer.
Yeah, no, it gets too much. I mean, I was chilling most of the time, to be honest. But yeah, 3 months is definitely enough. Like, my mates were there for 6 months, and towards the end they were like, yeah, I can't handle this anymore. It's just you being away from home as well. When you're like renting a place, you don't have all your home comforts. You know, you're cooking in a different kitchen every night. You don't want to buy things that you need because you're not there long enough, right? So it's like, we just never had a vacuum cleaner and like stuff like that, because we're not going to buy it. We're only there for short term.
Just annoying shit.
Yeah.
Annoying shit
And like Ibiza is just like old school. Like, and I describe it like, you know, buses only take cash and they don't run very often. And it's like, there's not the greatest infrastructure. There's no Uber in Ibiza and stuff like that.
What was it like taking, like, because you said you worked away from your partner. What was it like on you, like mentally working away, and how did it affect your relationship?
Yeah, I mean, that's the toughest part. And we've done that quite a few times. So we're probably more used to it than I think most couples would be. Like, all my mates say, like, I'm with my partner 24/7, 365. Like, I can't imagine even going a week without seeing them, let alone like 4 months.
Fuck that. I'm looking forward to working away.
Yeah. But Lily and I did it early in our relationship. So we were dating for about a year, and then she took a job out in Broken Hill. You know,
Oh my
Broken
God,
Hill?
yeah.
Oh,
I know
what
what that
a
is.
dump.
Yeah, that's proper regional New South Wales, like South Australia border.
Yeah.
And I was living in Melbourne. She lived there for 2 years while I was living in Melbourne. So we would only see each other like every 6 weeks or so for 2 years. Either I would travel up there or she would travel to Melbourne. And because we did that so early in our relationship, we've been together 10 years now. So that was the second and third year of our relationship. I think that set us up for life because we made it through that, and, you know, distance make the heart grow fonder and all that stuff. It made every time we meet up so special.
Yep.
And then there's been other times where we've done it. So like when we were living in Europe together, she came back to Australia 3 months before I did. So we were apart for 3 months then, and we went through that. And then when I went to Europe this year, because she would normally come with me, but for her working in healthcare, it sucks working in England. So we decided last year that she would just stay in Australia and work here, and I would go do it by myself. And yeah, I mean, it's tough, but time goes by pretty quick. And we're doing it for the greater good because I'm going there to make money. So we know that, okay, I'm going to go there. I'm going to earn this much money. And when I come back, we're set up for, our new life in Geraldton kind of thing. So yeah, it sucks. But like I said, we're more used to it than I think most people would be because we've done it quite a few times through our 10-year relationship. And like these days with technology, like when she was living in Broken Hill, we would watch Netflix together just on like Skype and press play at the same time. We'd watch our Netflix shows and we talk funny. Every day still, it's not like we're out of touch. So it's not so bad.
That was like when me and Michaela first met, it was on Skype. It was as well. And we would, let's watch this movie together. And like I would fall asleep, she would fall asleep and then would wake up and we're still Skyping. It was cute. It was very, very cute.
Yeah, you get used to it. And there'd be times where we would just spend hours on the phone where it's just like, we might be busy doing stuff, but she's on the phone over there and it's like, you just kind of go on.
Even just like having the silence there. Because I work by myself a lot, I tend to either listen to podcasts or music. And if I'm sick of those things, it'll just be silent. Mm-hmm. And then for maybe an hour, I'm like, this sucks. So then I'll just, either Michaela will call me or I'll call Michaela. And it could just be silence, but it's just like the background noise. And then like if she's asking about something or if I want to ask, and then we'll just get into a topic and we'll just start talking and it just makes time go so much quicker.
It was something that I wasn't very good at. I'm not very good at staying in touch with people anyway. Moving over to Australia, like I don't really talk, not for no bad reason. Like I love my family. I am close with my family, but we just don't talk often. We're not that kind of like, I never rarely jump on the phone with my mum or my sister, whereas my partner speaks to her parents almost every weekend in Tasmania.
You just don't need that constant.
Yeah, we're just kind of not like that. But with me and Lily, we kind of clash on that bit. Like I said, she rings her parents every weekend. I don't ever ring my parents. But when we're apart, she's like wants to call more and I'm just not very good at it. Yeah. So that was something that we had to get over. And we actually got over that by seeing another couple, friend of ours that we lived with in London were going through a similar situation. One of them had to come to Australia when they had a sick parent and she was over here for like 8 months. And I was living with her partner, the boy, in London. And I would see them on the phone to each other all the time. And it kind of opened my eyes to doing it better with Lily. Like I said, they would just be on the phone, minding their own business and on the call. For me, when Lily and I had to make a call, it seemed like such a big structured thing. Like I needed it to be a date and time. I needed my calendar to be free so we could sit down. And then it was just getting over that hurdle. Like it doesn't actually need to be like that. Just call me whenever. Like whatever I'm doing, I'll just answer and we'll just hang out. Like let's not make it a big thing. Like, oh, let's schedule in our call for 7 p.m. Just
Yeah, that sounds fucked. Scheduling in a call just to talk to your missus.
Yeah. Well, that's like what my mindset was to begin with. And then we kind of got over that. And we just spent all the time on the phone after that. And it wasn't such a big deal.
It's not that hard. Like you just chuck in some AirPods and you just like, can be doing
just
anything.
Keep doing what you're doing.
You don't need your phone on. You can just have it over there, sitting there and you just, in the background, you'd be like,
Yeah. In my brain, I used to be like, oh, well, I can't talk right now because I'm about to have dinner. So it's like, well, I'll call you when I'm done eating. And she would be like, oh, can't we just talk now? I'm like, oh, no, I got to eat my meal first. And then, I don't know, just seeing other people do it is like, well, why? Why do I need that? I don't need that. Of course, we can just call while I have my dinner. Like,
just munch on food
Shit
together.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually because I want to watch my show.
I was about to say, do you normally watch like a show or like
I got my YouTube video lined up and she's on the phone. I'm like,
I've had kids, both of you.
That's so funny because I'm exactly the same. I'm just like, when I come home from lunch or for lunch, like Michaela will make my lunch and it'll be sitting there. And then all of a sudden I'll just chuck my AirPods in, chuck up my YouTube video and she just walk away. I'm like, yeah, fire. This is sick. I don't know. I always have to watch something or do something while I'm eating.
Kid, brother.
It's just boring.
Yeah.
Boring. Sit there.
You know what you need? What's his name? Adam. Nope. Something. Hibernation challenge.
No,
he could not sit do with it. Nothing.
No,
he couldn't.
Give me my YouTube.
The tubes.
So what's the passion for content? Like videography, content, all that type of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the first thing that comes to mind where it comes from is Jackass. I grew up watching Jackass and me and my mates used to go out skating and I got my first video camera when I was like 15 and I used to just skate us. I used to film us skating and we would do Jackass type shit. I mean, we were jumping in bushes and setting off fireworks. And I used to make videos about it. And this is before YouTube existed. I would make videos and put them on my own website that I had called GIMP Productions. Is what I called it.
Where did you come from that name? Where did it come from?
I had a toy that was my sister bought me. It was a plushy GIMP thing, and when you squeezed
tell me the bondage bear.
I don't know what it was called. That's a good name though.
Bondage bear.
No, yeah,
It would make noises. You would squeeze it and it'd go like, "Oh, harder, daddy," and stuff like that. So I made a little intro like GIMP Productions, and then there was this little toy going like, I don't know why. It was funny.
I mean, respectable.
And yeah, just dumb videos of us skating, jumping in bushes. I used to make like videos for our history class. Like that was the first video, me and my mate LJ, who I still work with to this day. He works in the music industry. He's the one that got me working in music. We started making videos together when we were like 15. And it just stemmed from there. So, and that just then led to, you know, I used to make YouTube videos because before Reels were a thing and stuff, I used to make YouTube just kind of vlogs. Like when I used to go visit Lily in Broken Hill, I would vlog and make vlogs out of that. Or when I went on holiday with my friends, like Philippines, I got a whole series of videos on the Philippines. And like never really found an audience, you know, I just did it for the love of the game. And then short form content started becoming a thing. And I started making short form content on Snapchat, like Snapchat stories. I don't know what it's actually called on Snapchat anymore, but before Instagram stories was a thing, you could upload daily stories on Snapchat.
I think it's called highlights now.
Maybe, something like that.
Spotlight or something? Spotlight or something?
No.
Yeah.
Highlights or something?
But it was basically what Instagram stories is. I don't use Snapchat anymore. I started then just doing Instagram stories. And it was all just videos for my friends because the only people that could view that was my people that followed me and my friends. And saying to this day, the only content I publish, well, mostly is Instagram stories because I mostly just make videos for my friends. But then I got into TikTok over the pandemic, and that's when I really found an audience for my stuff and really found my voice in short form content and had like some really successful viral videos. Grew an audience on there to like 180,000. I've got like 6 million likes. And then that's when I started working in the music industry, because they basically saw my TikTok and were like, yeah, come do that for us, make short form content for us. And that's kind of when I stopped making content for myself because I started doing it for other people because it paid better. And now I really want to get back into kind of making it myself, you know, get like sponsored shit. I don't know. I don't know what that looks like.
Does it do anything for you?
What do you mean?
For me, it's almost like an accomplishment of like the things that go into my brain. It's almost like I can put what is going on in here into like something, but then also working and like figuring out like, so when we did the Pulse video, we had, I think like 4 tracks of different like angles in different videos. And it was the first time that I've done like that big of a short form. And it went for like, I can't even remember, like 40 seconds, but it was so much content in just a short span, and I had to like figure it out and like sit there for hours and like play with things, move things around, and then like the end result was like the thing that it was like sick. That's what I was thinking in my brain.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like an achievement thing.
Yeah.
To get from in here out there.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's a way of telling a story around something that I find interesting. So like I'll often have an idea for something, and it's like, or a funny moment, or just, I can't think of an example, but it's like, oh, how do I turn this into a piece of, how do I share this thought that I've got about something into an engaging video for someone to watch? So like back in the day, I'm just thinking about some of the TikToks I made with things like my cat used to bring in mice in the middle of the night when I was living at home with my mum over the pandemic. And pretty much every night I would wake up and catch the mice to take it outside, and then it was always like a funny thing trying to catch the mouse. So then one day I was like, I'm going to film this and make a video out of it, and narrated the whole story. And that was like my first, not viral video, but, you know, well-watched video, hundreds of thousands of views maybe. And that's when I was like, oh shit, people like these kind of stories that I'm telling.
Did you ever think that cat was broken? Isn't it supposed to do the opposite?
Yeah, she just...
Kill mice and get rid of them, not bring live mice in?
No, she just brings them in and like looks at them. So normally when I would come out of my bedroom, because I can hear her running about and I know, oh, she's got a fucking mouse, I would then come out and she would just have the mouse like in the corner and she'd just be sat there looking at it. And if you watch the videos, it's hilarious because the mice will run past and she just looks at it like, oh, he's running away. And I'm like, yeah, cheers, mate. I'm going to fucking catch it.
It's golden.
Why is that funny? I'm just like imagining the cat just like trying to staunch a mouse. And it's just like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's gone.
In one of them, it runs right between her legs. Like it's in the corner and I'm trying to catch it and it runs away from me and it literally runs through her legs. And you can just see her face go, huh? What the fuck?
It's like a dog, getting rid of all the sticks and stuff in your backyard instead of bringing them in. Just get rid of them.
Yeah. So when it comes to video content, like I'll have an idea of just a subject matter or something. And it's like, how do I... So like one of the ones that took the longest for me was I made a video about my hometown where I'm from, Boscombe. In Bournemouth in England.
That's the most British thing I've ever heard.
Boscombe. Yeah, Boscombe.
Yeah. Boscombe.
And Boscombe's like got a bit of a reputation for being a shithole. Like it's like rehab capital of the UK. I don't know. It's one of these towns where it's not as bad as people say, but it's like it's got this shit reputation. I knew I wanted to make a video about it, and that actually took probably like a month or more of me workshopping the ideas and what I wanted to say about the town. And that's one of my proudest ones where it's like the idea that I had just came out perfectly and it was so well received. Like everyone from Boscombe got there and they got the jokes, and people that just didn't even heard of Boscombe were like, oh yeah, I've been there before. When we drive through, we keep the windows down, up and all this stuff. Just shit like that. Another one I had, which is the most watched video I think I've got on my TikTok, was someone left a note on my car, and just because I parked badly. And they left a note on my car just saying like, selfish to the core. And they drew a little diagram because I basically parked in the middle. It was on the side of a road where there's 2 spaces and I parked in the middle.
Yeah.
Without fucking thinking, my bad. But when I got home and I was showing my sister the note, they've obviously written it on like a business card or something, because on the back was a name and an address. And I just thought, how funny is that they've written this passive aggressive note and there's their name and address. Like, what if I made copies of this and just started putting it on cars that are perfectly parked around my town? And my sister like burst out laughing like it was the funniest idea. I'm like, fuck, that's a video. So then I made a video where it looks like, I was like, someone left this note on my car and they left their name on the back, and I liked it so much I made copies and started leaving them on cars around my town, so that if anyone likes the artwork, they can contact them for an original piece kind of thing. And it instantly blew up. Some people got it. Like the whole thing was fake, obviously. I did make all the copies, and you can see me making hundreds of copies, and I'm sticking it on cars, but they're all my cars. One was my mum's car, one was my car, one was a friend's car, right?
Yeah.
So it all looks real, and just people just buy stuff on the internet. A lot of people got it, like, yeah, this is satire, and other people are like, oh, that's not funny. They're going to get so much abuse and stuff. And pretty much all of my videos trigger the audience in some way to try and get some sort of reaction.
It creates that debate between both sides, really.
Exactly
right. That creates attraction.
Yeah. So yeah, stuff like that. Like I just had the note, I was just messing around with my sister, and just the way that she laughed at that idea, I was like, well, fuck, if she finds that hilarious, other people are going to find it hilarious. So how do I turn that into a video? Like just a joke that I just made. What's the video look like? And yeah, that's what I love.
I think it's the relatability to, like, if you can find something funny, then other people are going to find it funny, and then you can relate and build an audience with like-minded people.
Exactly. And like, no one sees the world the same. I see the world differently than you see the world. And, so you'll see certain things and it's like, how do I relate this to someone else that's not going to see it in the same way? How do I make them find this as funny as I find it, kind of thing, and explain it? And that's what I love doing with my videos. Yeah.
Damn. Have you ever found or have like something you wanted to create but haven't been able to do it? Or like something that you really want to do but don't think you have the capability of doing just yet or something?
Yeah, I mean, that's my life, to be honest.
Where's something then like that you're thinking, all right, I want to do this, but that's, So
this is kind of the dilemma that I'm dealing with mentally at the moment, is I have all these ideas of directions that I want to take my videography or things that I would like to do with it, but it's like actually acting upon those ideas is where I really struggle. So like something I would really like to do, like an idea I got, like, because I'm like, well, how can I make content in Geraldton? Like, I don't believe anyone you can make content anywhere, out of anything. Like, it doesn't matter that I live in a small regional city compared to living in a big major city. Like, my opportunities are still there, right? I can make content out of anything. So what opportunities do I have in this regional city, Geraldton? And like something I would love to do is make content about, like, you have a lot of like passionate people that are, so there's certain people in town, like there's the burger guy. I don't know if you know the guy, he slings burgers out in Bunnings car park, German fella. Yeah. And I think he's such an interesting character.
Nicest
Alex, nicest guy. Like this German guy in regional Australia making some of the best burgers I've ever had. 100% the best burgers you can get in the city.
Yeah.
And I just want to spend a day with him. I want to tell his story because he's obviously passionate about what he does. other examples is like if you go down to the market, there's like the chick that sells honey and grows honey locally. Like I want to,
so good.
yeah,
Dude.
I want to spend the day with these people. I want to tell their story, and I feel like the city's surrounded with people like that. That's like an idea that I would love to start actioning, and I don't know. I have just mental roadblocks that.
That's very close.
Write that down.
Like our whole thing. It's so specific, but it's so close to what almost like we're doing because we're getting people on and we're sharing their story. Like I want to sit here and I want to hear the things that you've been through because, like you said, everyone sees the world differently. I want to hear about how you've seen it and what you've dealt with. So. Going around to like people that are so passionate about honey or making like German style street food or, and it's like what drives them to have such a passion for what they do, I think it's so.
And it's just learning more about like local culture in a way. Like, these people are so far removed from the life that I live or have lived. And I'm so intrigued by that because it was like I went and bought mangoes from the guy again, Bunnings car park. Every 2 weeks, there's a guy just slinging mangoes. And I went up to him and I was like, we don't have this in England. Like he was like, you don't have mangoes in England? Like he doesn't know. He thought, and I told him we don't have mango. And I'm like, no, we have mangoes. We just don't grow them. We have to get them from like South America and stuff. Like, how far away are these mangoes grown? He's like 2 hours up the road. Like that's fucking mental to me.
Yeah.
Like and the way that he would straight away believed, oh, you don't have mangoes in England? Like he doesn't know. He's obviously never been. He doesn't know. So it's like learning about those different cultures and, especially in a regional city in Australia, it's very different to where I come from and the lifestyle here and the people here. It's all very different than like living in London or Bournemouth or Spain or something, So I find it really interesting and I just want to learn more about local, bigger picture of talking about travel and tourism. The goal is I would love to travel Australia and tell stories from around the whole continent. So it's like, well, how do I start? And it's like, well, I need to start locally, build something locally that I can then prove, as proof of concept that I can travel and make content for brands and stuff that way. That's what I'd like to do.
What do you reckon about regional towns here compared to England? Is there a major difference or is it all kind of same?
No, I mean massively different in the terms of like lifestyle. I mean, regional in the UK, you're not, there isn't really a regional town in the UK is 15 minutes away from the next town. Do you know what I mean? Right. England's very, very condensed. It's nothing like it is here where it's like 4 hours to the next city and you're just driving through one road. Like in England, if the drive from here to Perth, if you were to do that in England, you could almost cross the entire country. Like from the south coast up to Scotland it's maybe more like 6+ hours, but
that's wild.
And like on that drive, you're going through towns and cities the entire time. When you do it here, it's just desert. So that doesn't really exist.
Just straight up.
Yeah, it is desert to me. I don't know.
The outback. Imagine you across the Nullarbor. That would be wild to see.
Yeah,
that longest straight road, 950 Ks or something.
Yeah, we did that when we drove here. So we drove from Melbourne to Geraldton about a year ago. It was one of the best trips of my life. Nullarbor is one experience. Like, I mean, that's not even that regional because the Nullarbor is very busy. Like when Lily was living in Broken Hill, those roads are regional. Like we used to drive 4 hours from Broken Hill to, I can't remember the name, but it's where the airport was. And that's like, you were lucky if you see another car that entire drive. That's proper regional. But the Nullarbor is like truckies, and it's all like people working in the roadhouses are all backpackers doing their like regional farm work and stuff. So it just felt like such a Australian experience. I loved that. My dream one day is to have a camper van, caravan type thing.
Just travel.
Yeah, just travel around Oz,
That's a sick plan though. That's cool.
I mean, it's what people do out here, innit? Every other person here's got some sort of camper, caravan and goes around. I mean, especially Western Australia. It's perfect for road tripping.
Western Australia is huge.
One road. The scale is insane.
And then just the coastline in WA is crazy.
Yeah. Crazy. But it's so good that you can pretty much follow one road, like all the way from like Exmouth down to whatever's in the south. I don't know.
Albany.
Yeah.
So what's some of the craziest places you've been to? Like you've traveled to? So you said you lived in Ibiza for 3 months.
Is it Ibiza or Ibiza? I've been so confused on this.
Ibiza.
Yeah,
living in Ibiza.
I mean, it's an accent, innit? So
In it.
I was going to say it before, but I do not.
Because it's been confusing me. I'm like,
Yeah, Ibiza.
The
yeah.
only thing I think of when I hear your accent is like, oh, fucking shibble shabble, fucking
What the fuck is that?
What? It's just
Is
like,
that just British nonsense?
yeah, the way that I hear like British people talk.
So my go-to phrase, this was an Instagram comment that I read once and I just love it. It's like perfect British phrases. What the bloody hell's going on, innit? Just summarizes what the bloody hell's going on, innit? So
The
me
only
and
thing
Lily-
I like, if I hear someone true English, I just want to think cheese grommet. I just want to see Wallace grommet.
Yeah, it's so funny,
craziest place I've ever been. I don't know. I mean, like most unique places is somewhere like the Maldives. Maldives is pretty unique because it's all not even islands. What do they call them? Atolls. I don't know if that's the right thing. I don't know. Maybe an island.
Isn't
an
that
atoll
an island
is a
with a
group.
cove? No.
No, it's like they're all just sand islands. And it'll be the first place to go with global warming because it is at sea level, the entire country. Really interesting place. My mum took me there for my 21st birthday because we're a scuba diving family. And so me and my mum went. And the workers there just couldn't comprehend that I was her son. They all thought I was her husband. Because it's a honeymoon place as well. So when you go, everyone's just on their honeymoons. And like we would keep correcting them like, oh, no, that's my son. And be like, oh, you married your son? Like, they just, brains couldn't comprehend that. Like our room had a double bed and everything. We had to ask for 2 beds. And it was like, the whole thing was weird. They just couldn't get it. So that was and obviously scuba diving out there is insane. Just unlike, I've scuba dived all over the place and nothing compares to what the Maldives is like. It's crazy. I mean, Australia's got some good diving too up in Cairns.
I was going to say, would you do it around here? Because no, thank you.
I'm dying to get out to the Abrolhos
Oh,
Islands.
nah.
Impossible to get out there though. Fishermen don't want regular folk going out there.
No.
Jump on a tinny, mate. and
You
just
can
pin it
get-
out there.
there's that-
About
there's
2
a-
hours flat stick.
There's a charter out there that, like, for tourism.
Yeah,
out
you
there.
can get a plane out there, I think.
Yeah, a
But I want to go
helicopter.
diving. I think you can do like a 3-day dive trip. Or yeah.
I don't know about swimming along the coastline here, though.
Why?
It's a bit.
What are you scared
I love
of,
I
huh?
love the ocean. I love fishing, but sharks is just
Yeah.
something that I have a petrifying fear of.
Doesn't scare me so much scuba diving. I think scuba diving with sharks, I've done it. I've done shark feeds underwater where you bring the chum down and you sit and you watch all the sharks come eat it. Because you're scuba diving, you're way safer than if you're on the surface. When a shark attacks on the surface, it's
They think you're
confused.
real, yeah.
It's a mistake. And when you're scuba diving, I just don't think they make that mistake. You just don't hear it that often.
You've done some stuff.
Sorry?
You've done some
I've
stuff.
done some stuff, yeah.
Dude just lived a life.
That's
yeah.
sick.
Do more. That's what the tattoo's for.
Well, you're like,
what?
The
is the
first
question.
time I saw
I
it,
said
I
do
thought it
whore.
said worm, to be honest.
Well, a lot of people think it says work. So you need a mirror, right? That's the idea.
Yeah.
Right, it's backwards. But I always see people on like public transport. If I'm sat opposite someone on a
Like-
tube or something, there's the head tilt.
You
Trying to
just
work it
slowly
out.
tilt your arms and how far they go.
yeah, man, it sounds like you've lived like a good, exciting.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not at the end. Living.
What,
Yeah.
You're like 50?
Yeah, 53, give or take. I'm 35. How old are you boys? I've wondered this.
I'm 30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
younger than I thought.
Younger.
Well, I thought, to be fair, I thought Toomey was your age.
That's sick though.
Wait, how old do you think
Oh, wait,
he
no, I
is?
look
I
older.
thought you were older.
Yeah.
Wait. Before you ask the next question, who's older out of me and JP?
Well, I look like a child right now, don't
Yeah,
I?
now you got no stash going.
No stash or anything.
When you met us?
I don't know. I would guess you're pretty similar. I'd put you younger. Is it?
Pussy.
Yeah.
Nah.
He's
How
older.
close? You're older.
I'm older than him.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How close are you guys?
Oh, he's only like a couple months. Like it's
Ah,
fuck all to it. Yeah.
Okay. So
Still-
you're the same age, basically.
Technically, he's older. Yeah.
It's the biggest rage bait
I
on the
don't know
planet.
why. But they're like 23, 24.
Yeah, I'm 24.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Safe.
Yeah.
I got some years on you.
Young.
That's why I've done so much shit.
Not like us, big term, mate.
Yeah. Us oldies, huh?
Us. Yeah, we're getting up there, mate.
Yeah, Steph, what'd you do?
For what?
I don't know. You have stories like that?
No, because I was poor.
Raised a family of 3.
Yeah.
You did the hard yards, mate.
I'm
You've done
poor.
well.
Why John?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I was waiting for that question.
Yeah.
I was like, any second now they got to ask why Geraldine. I think it's fucking sick here.
Yeah.
So we ended up here because Lily, my partner, works in healthcare, and she would take regional contracts, like locum work. So we would do, because I worked remotely for the last 3 years when I'm in Australia, we were pretty much open to travel. So we can take like a 3-month contract here, and I can work remotely, and Lily can do her healthcare stuff. And one of those contracts led us to Geraldton. We came here at the beginning of 2024 on just a 3-month contract, and fell in love with the place. Like, it's especially from living in like London, big city, wanted to just get away. And I've lived in other regional cities before, and Geraldton, I think, is big enough that it has everything that you need, but small enough that you don't have to deal with all the shit stuff from the big city traffic. I mean, traffic's really the main. I love the fact that I can get from one side of the city to the other in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I never really have to worry about traffic. I mean, obviously there's downsides, like you're a bit more disconnected. If I want to order something online, it could take up to 2 weeks to get here. Whereas in England, we have same day delivery. If you order it in the morning, it'll be with you in the evening. Like, that just doesn't exist here,
wild,
obviously.
eh?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And it's like Geraldton specifically is very laid back. You guys have such a cruisy lifestyle. I mean, the main thing for us is we wanted to live near a beach, and doing locum work, you don't often get places that are on like popular beaches because it's locum work. It's all regional and stuff. So Western Australia wasn't even on our radar. And then Geraldton came up in the list. We just Googled it. We've never heard of it. Saw the pictures, Google images, and we were like, hell yeah. White sand, clear water. Let's give it a go. And it's lush, man. The climate here is the best climate I've ever come across.
What about the wind?
Oh yeah, the wind sucks. But talking temperature, humidity, oh man, it's so nice.
I don't even
here.
think the wind's that bad.
It's not that bad.
People,
I mean, it is
people do
windy.
Yeah,
blow
it's
it
better.
out of proportion, though.
Yeah.
When we were told we were moving up to Geraldton, because I was in Kalgoorlie, out of all places, everyone was like, oh, it's just Kalgoorlie by the ocean because of the crime, this and that. And when we got here, I was like, well, I'm not going back. I was like, this place is sick, and everyone here bags out. I think it's just when you get to a place like this, everyone's like,
I don't bag it out. There definitely needs to be more like activities for kids. But in saying that, I've been here like my whole life, and I even say to Michaela, it's like we're almost in like the perfect spot.
yeah.
Like beautiful sunsets, beautiful beaches, beautiful town, like good people, and I was thinking about moving to Perth like a few years ago. And then I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. Fuck Perth.
Yeah, man.
Like WA, I think WA beaches, and especially like up north, best beaches like anyone would ever go to.
Yeah, it's stunning. And like I said, the temperature here is, or like the climate, it's the no humidity is what makes it for me. Because it's like, it can be mid-30s and like I can survive. I'm better. I can go out. I can have a good day. If it's mid-30s on the East Coast or like in Ibiza all summer, I was fucking dying because it's so humid, and it'd be like, 30. I got to walk 10 minutes and I'm wet. But here, I don't know. It's just a lot more. I think it's just the humidity makes it so much more bearable. And like the water's nice and warm. Like I love the beach. I walk on the beach every single day, going for swims. It's just the nicest place. I mean, the West Coast, I guess, is So we're like committed now. I think we'll live on the West Coast for the rest of our life. I don't know about Geraldton, but I think West Coast Australia is definitely, West is the best, man.
Down south is beautiful.
I'm really keen to get down south. Margaret River, I really want to check out. I've heard some good stuff.
Have you been up to Shark Bay, etc.? Up that way? Because if you love like clear water and beaches, it gets a bit warm, so you obviously don't go middle of the summer, but anything around March or even in the winter season, it's so nice up there.
Don't go winter season. Every man and his dog is up there.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I usually go like March, just before it all kicks off.
Yeah, I'm super keen to explore Western Australia. Now that we've like got our puppy, we've kind of committed to not so much international travel, but like Western Australia's got more than enough for us. Like we want to go away on little weekends and live in different cities and that kind of stuff over the next sort of 5-10 years and find a place to settle down. And just the value here too, man. Like the houses you can buy, especially in Geraldton, what like $1 million can get you here compared to like where we were living in London is mental. You can have like a 4-bedroom house on the beach for the price of like a 1-bedroom basement flat in London. Like
That's
it's crazy.
crazy.
It is crazy.
And the currency there is more valuable too, isn't it?
Yeah. These days it is.
Wild.
Just the way of life, yeah. And I mean, like Lily and I are very lucky that we were in an opportunity that we were able to travel and try all these different cities all around the world, essentially. And, you know, we ended up, Geraldton was the best for us. It's got the beaches, it's affordable, it's big enough, small enough that we've got everything. And I like that it's disconnected, you know, but still, if I want to fly home to England and see my parents, it's a 4-hour drive to the airport and it's a 17-hour flight to London. 17 hour, you can do it. I did it on the way back from Spain. A 1 flight, 17 hours, straight into Perth, no stops. It's perfect. It's so easy. It's so much better than doing the 2 flights where you stop with a layover. You can just do 1 flight, 17 hours. It's just feels like nothing.
That's wild. 17 hours.
I thought you always, when you fly those big flights, you had to stop at because when we flew back to South Africa, we'd always have to stop in Singapore and fly too.
Typically,
I thought you have to do stops.
Qantas now fly direct from Perth to London and Perth to Paris.
That's wild.
They're the only ones, but yeah, Qantas do those direct flights. So that's what I did on the way back. I tried that direct flight. Like, it's a bit more expensive, but I'll do it every time now. It's way better than stopping. You just get it done and out of the way.
Yeah.
And like when I think about that, like I could be at my mum's house in England in a day. She's 1 day away. You know, if I left now, I could be there this time tomorrow.
That's crazy saying that out loud.
Yeah.
Being on the other side of the world in one day.
Puts it in perspective for you. And just being on the West Coast makes it more doable. Like if we were on the East Coast, then you have to stop. You know, there's no direct flight. So it's just, way more easy. And I just feel like it's easy, you know, to get anywhere from here, really. And
I can't wait to travel more. It'll be so good.
When the kids get older,
Yeah.
kick them out of the house.
Yeah.
Get on the road.
Send them to
Piss
boarding.
off. Yeah. I'll be 40.
Would you do road? Were you into road trips? Did you travel like Western Australia much? Do you like hit the
I
road,
did for work. So like a lot of the places that I've been to has been because of work.
Right.
So I've pretty much been all through inland, up, down, through work, which was good because I got paid to see these places, but not really.
Wouldn't take the kids on like a road trip.
Oh
or a
yeah,
caravan
yeah.
kind of
No,
thing?
we have. I want to go up north to like Karratha and all through the gorges and stuff. That'd be sick. Like I went up
Karajini?
to I went up to Kununurra,
Yeah.
which wild. You'd think it's the biggest shithole that you've ever heard of. Beautifulest place I've been up north.
Yeah, right.
It's so nice.
And the surrounding bits,
And then they've got like hot springs and stuff all around that area. So I want to take the kids up there. It's just a long drive for the kids.
Yeah.
So I think we're waiting for the younger one to grow up just a little bit more.
I think it's worth waiting because as kids don't
don't
value
remember.
the experience. I think traveling with kids is one of the most educational things you can do. Like my friend's grandma used to take us out of school and just take us on little trips around England and stuff. And I still to this day think that was one of the biggest things that makes me travel the way that I do now is just experiencing different. I mean, even in England, it's different culture. You know, we'd go to like farmhouses and stuff, and she always instilled in us like this is just as valuable as your school education. You know, school doesn't teach you everything. You still need to experience life and culture. And but yeah, if kids are too young, it's kind of just a waste of time and it's stressful.
Yeah,
Because
they
kids will
don't
throw
remember it.
tantrums
Yeah.
on while you're traveling. They don't appreciate it. And yeah, when they're older, I don't know, like teenagers, I don't know.
Well, we took our kids to Melbourne and then 2 hours outside of Melbourne to like snowboard and do it, like all that type of stuff. Oki's 3. She wouldn't remember it. And Pia's probably at the age where she's starting to remember things. So really the only one that was most value out of it was Macy and us. But yeah, the other two were kind of just like, oh, we're going on a plane, sick. Sleep.
Yeah, if you take young kids traveling, you're doing it more for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, because you want to see your kid in the snow and whatever.
Yeah.
They're not even going to remember it.
No, they don't remember shit.
Yeah.
Well, I've got some hard-hitting questions for you, mate.
Sure.
What are you going to provide for the podcast? How are you going to make us better?
It's on his arm, mate. Do more.
What are you going to do more?
Adjust the ISO on your cameras.
Beautiful. Love that. We're not
They're
camera
not so
people.
dark anymore.
Damn it, we're not camera people.
I mean, apart from the technical side of things, I just want to grow with you guys, right? You guys have a million ideas and I want to be a part of that, you know? I I don't know how much detail you want to go into about stuff that you've got planned, but some of the stuff that you've told me, I find really exciting, and especially from a content point of view. I mean, that's what I used to do for these music artists is I would manage all their content. So it's like if they were going somewhere, they would look at me like, right, what do we make out of this situation? How can we maximize on this? And that's kind of what I want to do with you guys. Like when you have stuff planned, it's like, okay, how can we make the most of this opportunity? How do we make it more engaging and stuff like that?
I think that's what we need to get to the next step is because it's like I can only do so much until like you have someone like yourself that's experienced a lot more different stuff and then can like push us into like, yeah, that's a good idea, but do it kind of like this. And then especially like having both of us that are into content and have the same style of like bouncing each other, like content off each other, then I mean, it's only success from here. Really.
Yeah. And honestly, I find what you're doing really inspirational. Like I was saying, I struggle I have a million ideas and I act on none of them. And meeting you and seeing your grind and hustle while you work, like I don't even work like a full-time job. I'm self-employed and I just do content from home. There's no reason why I couldn't be doing more. And then seeing you, working a full-time job with a family, with kids, and you grinding out an episode every single week, and you're making all your shorts and you're posting an insane amount. I find it really inspirational. It drives me to want to do more.
Yeah. But see, I'm at the point where I feel like I have to do more.
It's a forever thing. You get to here.
Yeah.
Then you realize you need to be here. And then you get.
I was speaking to shout out YV. Bro brought me back down to earth because last night I was like, I don't know if you ever get it, but your brain just feels like
Overwhelmed?
Not overwhelmed, but it was like, it's just, there's not too much. You just can't think of like a just one thing. There's just like multiple things going on. And it's not overwhelming, but you just can't make sense of anything. I guess overwhelming makes sense. And I like a YV, so he's an artist over East, makes wicked music, and he just randomly reached out and he's just like, yo bro, you good? And I was like, perfect fucking timing, my guy. And I was just like, I just spoke to him about some shit and he's like, yo, and he essentially said the same as you. He's like, I find what you're doing like super inspirational, but you need to give yourself time. And I'm normally the one that's like trying to bring people up and like have them try and do more like for themselves or change direction or do something to get their mind off things. And then he was telling me all of this stuff, what I should do. And I was like, bro, like you came in at the right time to tell me these things. And then now it's kind of just like brought my mind back to where it was and I can kind of structure things now. But last night was just a bucket head fuck.
You can only do so much as one person, right? So it's like you got to surround yourself with people that are just as passionate as you are, with sort of similar goals, aligned. Collaboration, so I think it's important in pretty much any industry is finding people that you can collaborate with.
Yeah. What kind of advice would you give to people that want to do something but are too scared to, as a content creator? Because I don't think we've ever had, I mean, besides like Ethan and Brody and that, I don't think we've had like a freelance content creator that loves to do this stuff on before.
Honestly, like the biggest advice that I've been thinking about recently and was a thing for me was don't rely on your like friends and family. I think if you're posting on social media and you have like a personal social media that's mostly your 1,000, 2,000 friends or whatever, and it's all people that you've met, friends and family, they are the people that are least likely to support you. I don't know why. I think it's some sort of psychological thing. Like even myself, I make a real conscious effort if I see a friend trying something on social, doesn't matter if they're just posting a video or whatever, I'll always like it. I'll always leave a comment because I know it's nothing to me and I know how important that stuff is to me. And it's super demoralizing. Like whenever I post on socials, I get in my own head because it's not getting the reaction that I think it deserves. And it's because it's not really, your friends and family aren't the audience for your content necessarily. They're your friends and your family and they love you no matter what and they're your buddies, but that doesn't mean that they watch the kind of content that you're putting out. So when I started my TikTok, I didn't tell anyone. I started it from scratch, and that's where I really blew up. And that was just a big eye opener. Is that if you're worried about those kind of things, just start from scratch. Don't tell anyone about it. Just do it on its own separate page, and it will find its audience, and you'll build your community that way. That's just a big thing that I've been thinking about at the moment, because I have started posting more on my personal social, and I start deleting stuff because I'm like, this isn't like the place for it. Like, yeah, I post my stories and I keep in touch with my friends here, but if I really want to start posting content about whatever niche I want to do, then it needs to start from scratch and be its own thing. And then you also don't have to, I think you worry less, because you don't really care what these people are going to think. Like, you care more what your friends and family think. You don't want your friends thinking, oh, he's so cringe or whatever. But when you just put it out and it reaches random people, the algorithm will work in your favor, and it will show it to people that like it. That's how the algorithm works. So then you will naturally build a community of people that like you and like your content. So yeah.
So true.
That is wild. He actually explained that perfectly. That is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I think about a lot, and it drives me nuts, especially with like when you can see who's watched your content, like on Instagram stories. Like I made a dog account for my dog, and I put it up on my stories like, hey, you know, if you like dogs, follow my dog account. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
Yep.
And like hundreds of people watched it, people that know me, close friends, and like no one follows the account. It's like, why would you not support your friend? And so I try not to think of it that way anymore, and I just know that that's how things work. That's your friends and family are the last people that are going to support you on social, and you're better off building a natural community from scratch.
It's wild to say out loud, isn't it?
It's crazy.
That is, that's diabolical.
It's crazy, but it's true. It's mad. And even like if I see people that like my stuff, like I may have some friends like a video on my dog account, and I can see that they're not following the account. It's just little things like that. Like they wouldn't, of course, they don't think about it. I don't hold anything against them. Because they don't work in the same way. Like I proactively do it because I work in this space, and I know if someone's put something up on social, they've taken the time, they've thought about it, and it's important to them. So I'll comment because it's nothing to me. But other people don't have that.
The craziest thing about Instagram as well, you literally just double tap the screen, click on the repost button, and maybe just send it. Even if you're sharing it, you're just sharing it to people that you're like, oh, well, you can watch it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, how important is your feed to you that you can't support a friend's account, whatever they're trying to, it's their pet account. Or
I am an absolute criminal for this. Like I am on Instagram. I don't think I ever like go on the homepage and look at stories or anything. I literally go straight to the search bit, because it's like, I'm terrible for this. I'm a mechanic. I look at just mechanical stuff. Like, you know, people doing engineering thing, and that's all I do. I'm like, yep, cool. I know these people, but like, I've never like looked at it. I don't look and do that, and I'm like, damn.
See, but that's just a personal preference, really.
Yeah.
You don't like scrolling.
But
Some
then
of
you
us
see it
like
from-
going through the feed and checking what's going on in other people's life, but you just don't care.
I'm just doing my thing.
Yeah.
But like, I don't care, but I'll still chuck you a follow. I know the algorithm's not going to show me something that I don't want to see. So it's like, I'll chuck you a follow. If you show up on the feed, I'll tap you. But the chances of you actually showing up on my feed if I'm not engaging in it or watching it is very
Well,
slim.
your biggest supporters will be the people you will never meet.
Yeah. Yeah. And they will be your biggest supporters. Like on my TikTok, I had people that would just, I don't know these people. They saw one of my videos once, they really liked it, and they would watch all my videos. They would comment on every video. They would follow me on Instagram. They would like my stories about me and Lily and stuff like this. Like you grow a connection with these random people that are probably, you know, a lot of them were just random people in the Philippines and stuff all over the world, but they are just the nicest, friendly people. Every time you put a new video, oh, this is awesome, blah, blah, blah. Whereas my friends your friends just aren't going to do that.
Yeah, they just
your
don't
mates.
care for it.
Yeah, and they know you as well. They're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, it's not a conscious thing people are doing it. So I think it's this just weird psychological habit that we have. I don't know. You don't want to support your friends for whatever reason. I don't know. Strange.
Well, I mean, every time I see your two videos, I always like and try and repost everyone that I see. Sometimes I miss a video and I'm like, oh, shit.
Sometimes
And
you
then
don't
when I
think
come
about it.
across it, I'll still do it.
Yeah. Sometimes I go back. Like I won't think, like say an Intersect video pops up and I might watch it and I might just scroll on without thinking. I'm like, wait, no, hang on. Like, comment, like you gotta. So, you know, it's easy to forget or not think about those things.
Yeah, I'm criminal for that. I'm just,
What were you laughing at before?
they're just scrolling, watch the videos, liking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, start
don't
seeing
expect
me
that.
like, because
Yeah.
I keep my feed. I try not to disrupt it too much. I keep it very, you know. So if like something randomly pops up, like when I see like videos of like our stuff, I'm criminal. I will zoom past it as fast as I can. I'm like, no, I want to keep to the mechanics. I want to keep my little niche. I've got
my partner, Lily's well trained. She knows anytime a video of mine or something comes up organically on the feed, she knows she has to watch the full thing, she has to like, she has to comment, she has to copy the URL, all that stuff. Just because it helps with the performance in the end.
Yeah, or I haven't seen any one of my friends, I don't think, like outside of like us, like I guess either follow the YouTube or like any call to action type thing that I say, or even like leave a comment besides Zeke.
Yeah,
like,
he's really good at it, eh?
Like no one else really likes it or shares it or does anything. So I've like, even my missus, like she was, when we first started, like she was like, yeah, I'll watch every episode and I'll do this, I'll do that. I don't think she has watched an episode since episode like 20.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's fair because like, and it's so funny too because people feel like they have to tell you the reason why they're not watching your stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh yeah, bro, I don't really watch the podcast because of this. And I'm like, bro, you don't have to watch it. Like that's what I tell everyone. It's like, if you're not a podcast person, you're not a podcast person. You're not going to listen.
Like there's no need. We're not forcing you to watch anything.
Yeah.
Like it's just, if you want to, you can.
My mindset is very much now, when I post a piece of content, it's for me. I'm posting something that I want to watch again, that I really like a lot of it's memories or stories that I want to go back and watch. And I know as long as I'm happy with the piece of content and I like it, I'm sure it'll reach other people that do eventually. If a video doesn't perform well, that's okay. I hate this culture around content where it's like 10 ways to hook people into watching your video. And it's like, brother, just make whatever you want to make. Yeah. I'm not going to, I'm going to use this trick to make people watch. Like, yeah, some of that stuff's like, story arcs and telling makes sense. But all this stuff, just like tricks to make people watch your video. It's like, well, no, that's not the art that I want to create. I'm trying to tell a story. I want to tell it in my way. I'm going to make the video however. Because I started doing all that. I started looking at online courses to make content more engaging and all these little tricks that I could do. And at the end of the day, I watch these videos back and I hate them now because I'm like, I can see these tricks and it's like, it's not organic. It's not organic for me, this content, because I forced myself to say a certain thing or do a certain thing. And so now these days, everything's a blank slate. Just go in it, make whatever you want to make. And I try not to let the algorithm bother me because you never know. Some videos I'm so proud of and they don't perform well, but you just can't let it bother you as long as you're happy with the product that you've created.
It'll always be disheartening, but it's like I had someone come to me and say like, "Oh, why don't you just make videos that your followers like?" And I'm like, that's not the point. That's not what I want to do. I also had I did a job for someone, and so she's a media person that does like short form content for big mining companies. And she obviously knew who we were from our content and like the post that the post that we posted about finding an editor, the one that you replied to, the one that I was a doggo and didn't reply to. And she was like, have you thought about starting your own like media company? And I was like, I have, but I don't want to make content for other people. Like I like making my own content. And she was like, good, because you clearly know what you're doing. From the views that you get, you would run us out of business in like 2 seconds. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like I want to make my own content. I like making funny skits. I like making podcasts. I like sitting here talking shit. Yeah. And that's just what I like to do. And then a lot of people will go, oh, well, you're not, like you don't have the views on your long form stuff. And it's like, it has to happen if you keep doing it long enough. Like
it will happen.
Yeah, 100%.
There's just no doubt in my mind that where I want to get to and the vision that I have, it will happen. It just takes time.
Lightning McQueen mentality.
Yeah.
Never thought I couldn't.
Yeah. That's the biggest grind in social media is consistency. Yeah. Uploading regularly for a long period of time. That's the algorithm favors and stuff. My biggest problem is I upload so infrequently that the algorithm then turns against me. So when I go back to posting, it's like, oh, you got to build up. You got to build up to where you were previously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because we're teetering towards the end, there's some things we were going to get to, but that's fine. We'll save that for another time. I'm sure you'll be around. We normally ask all our guests the same question at the very end. I'm sure you would know what this
as your
question
editor,
is.
I know.
You better
I
prepare
didn't come
yourself.
prepared though. I didn't. I can't even remember what the question is.
What are 5 things you do to improve your mood or mental health?
5 things I currently do, or 5 things I should do.
No, what you currently
5
do or what
things
you've
you
done
do.
or what, yeah.
5 things I do. I go for a walk every morning,
Nice.
but just by myself. And recently, I've started doing it without headphones, just to get some like mental clarity. Again, we live in a beautiful part of the world where I can walk along the beach at sunrise, and it just, when we lived here, I lived in Geraldton for 3 months, and then I moved back to London. And every day, me and my partner would go for a sunset walk every day for 45 minutes along the beach here, and the sunsets on the west coast here. It's fucking stunning. Then we moved to London, and we were like, we're going to keep up our daily walks. Let's go for a walk. Where can we go? The best option we had was a fucking cemetery in the fucking pissing rain, puddles everywhere. We did one walk, and we were like, I think that's part of the reason why we ended up moving back here, because we realized how good we had it here. So that's one thing, daily walks. I think if you can do at least 20 minutes a day. I also try to get 10,000 steps in a day. That's kind of part of a fitness journey, so it kind of ties in together. But I think, doing it without music and without distractions, like I normally listen to a podcast, but doing it without that, I just gets my head right for the day. I think about what I want to do for the day and helps me focus. Other things, I quit nicotine. I've been struggling with some dabbles recently, just a cigarette here or there that I'm really trying to stop, but that was a big improvement to, it wasn't so much the downsides of nicotine, but the mental battle to overcome the addiction, taught me a lot. I stopped drinking for 6 months as just a challenge. I don't really drink a lot anyway, but I was like, I'm just not going to drink for 6 months. And it was easy. Everyone would say, oh, how do you feel? Do you feel different? It was like, well, I'm not a big drinker, but I vaped constantly. I've been vaping for about 10 years. And I had this realization one day that quitting vaping for one day would be harder for me than not drinking for 6 months. And I thought that was fucking mental. Like the thought of not vaping for one day would just seem so like undoable. Is that the right word? Something like that.
Possible.
So that was a mental challenge to overcome. What other things do I do in my day to day for my mental health? Was that the question?
You got a puppy dog now? I bet you that's a bit of a
I don't know
mood
if that
uplifter.
helps my mental health or not, bro. Puffy's got sharp teeth. I had to go to ED the other day because she bit my finger. Tiny little bite in my fingernail here, got infected. I had to go sit in ED for 2 hours. You can imagine the characters that go to ED
Oh, yeah.
in Geraldton. I had to sit there for 2 hours for a little boo-boo on my fingernail. But I had to have a tetanus jab. I'm on antibiotics at the moment. So I don't know if she... there's times where stroking my puppy helps with my stress, but more often than not, she is more stressful than stress relieving. Yeah, I don't know. I should probably do a lot more. The gym helps. I try to go to the gym at least 3-4 times a week, even when a big thing I'm focusing on at the moment, I can't remember where I heard this, but a good quote was just like, if you feel like today you don't want to go to the gym because you can't give it your all, just go to the gym and don't give it your all. Just go and follow through the steps. And I found that kind of mantra has been helping me in a lot of ways, similar to what I was talking about with the phone calls earlier, where it felt like such a big pressure and organized thing to call my girlfriend. And it was like, well, just do it and don't do all this stuff. You just do it. Just go to the gym and do 50%. Do however much you're feeling. Just go
exactly
and do
what
it.
I tell Stevie.
Yeah.
Is I'm just like, if those days that you don't feel like you want to go to the gym, still go to the gym, but just do 10 minutes on the treadmill or just do some stretching. Or
Is it because of just the showing up part?
The showing up.
Is
Yeah.
that what we're
It
getting
builds
at?
routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once you get to a point where you're just like, oh shit, I am tired, still need to go to the gym though.
Yeah.
You don't think about, oh, I have to go do it. It's a part of your day.
Yeah.
It's not a hard thing to do. And once you do it for a certain amount of time, it is what it is.
Yeah. Tying shoes.
The hardest thing is starting.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with a fitness journey, because I've started and stopped it many times. But once you get into the routine, and maybe like it takes a few weeks, but if you can do it and you can do the steps and you can force yourself to do it, it just becomes natural. And you don't want, if you're in a calorie deficit for a couple of weeks, you don't want to go eat the unhealthy food. If you do with the walking, it seemed like such a big deal to just go out and do a walk for 20 minutes, half hour, whatever. But now it's like I can't really start my day until I've done it because I just kind of got into the motion of doing it. Things like that. Otherwise, I don't know. I probably need to do more for my mental health, I think. I used to play video games a lot and then I switched from Windows to Mac and now you can't play anything.
Sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah. Minecraft's the only game I can play. So one thing I really want to improve is my social life. They say like...
Your shirt says otherwise.
Well, I've always felt like I'm a social person. I have a lot of friends, but like I said, I don't actively stay in touch with a lot of friends. So that's something I want to do a lot more. I read something recently. I was learning about depression, and there's like 3 pillars that make up. I don't know if it makes up depression or whatever, but there was like 40% of it is your social life. I think 40% of it is your active lifestyle, and like 20% of it comes down to like medication if you're trying to cure depression or whatever. And I thought that was a big eye opener, like 40% social, because I'm really not a social person, especially living out here, regional town. Most of my friends are all over the world. I don't have a friend group here. So yeah, we're making
Come
friends
hang out with
now.
us.
Exactly.
We don't even hang out.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't even need to be like, something I've started doing is I've got a mate who's in a similar situation. He's moved from England to Melbourne, doesn't really have a big friend group there. So we're just trying to, we talk to each other a lot more. We play Minecraft together, just anything to try and do stuff with other humans. I think the more time I spend by myself, the more time I spend in my own head, and it's a kind of negative cycle.
It's funny you say that because when you were talking about content creation before, one thing that I used to do with Brody is I'd just call him and we'd talk about content ideas. And I was like, damn, I should just call Toomey because I can't call Brody anymore because he is over in Dubai and Snapchat like video doesn't work and the only way you can call him is on Zoom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I'm not 50 fucking 100 years old.
You were just talking about Skype, brother.
Yeah, 10 years ago. And so like I tried to call him last night, and because there's a bit of a time difference, it was like I stayed on a Zoom call by myself for like half an hour waiting for him to join in, and then he just didn't join in, so I left. So I was just like, yo, maybe I can just like call you.
Yeah,
Just,
man.
Like call you, spit content creation, but you don't have to chuck it into your calendar. Like if you need me to fuck off, you can just say, yo, fuck off.
Yeah, 100%.
You should come do some skits with us. Old videographer behind the camera.
I don't know. I love how you do your skits. I don't want to interfere. Like you guys, I love the way it's done. I don't know.
Social. It's not for the skits. It's social.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
trying
to help you out here.
True. Yeah,
I'm gonna be
yeah.
honest right now. It's skits this day, and we have sat on that couch out there
And just sat
for
there
an
and
hour and a
spoke.
half, and then go, maybe tomorrow we'll do something.
But sometimes we're just sitting there genuinely having a conversation. We're not even. It sometimes.
Yeah, but
it's
we
so-
should be working. We need to
but
hold your arm up, do more.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna have to reverse the image of the camera so we can actually. Well, yeah, let's do it. I need to do more social shit, so
Yeah.
I'm coming.
All right.
One more
And we
thing.
need
You
to
got
end
one
it.
more thing.
Okay.
One more thing. That you do. Maybe it's just hanging out with your partner. It could be.
Yeah,
Could
that's
be
what I was
anything.
thinking. I'm thinking, what do Lily and I do? Like every now and then we'll have like a video games night or a board game night.
That's it.
We'll dim the lights down low at home. We'll get a bottle of wine and
That's sick.
just play some video games. That's a good like bonding thing for us, especially because she sucks at video games, so it's good. I think it's good. Like, just double jump.
That is the most relatable thing I could ever fucking relate to with Michaela.
Yeah.
Like the kids were on Minecraft on the PS5 and they just had like the creative world. And I'm just going around there. I'm just like doing my thing, just creating some bullshit. She's like, how do I get my inventory open? I'm like, fuck off. Like this button. And then the kids are just like, Mum, why you look so awkward? And I'm like, yeah, why you look so awkward? You fucking go away and do dishes or something. It was fun. It was actually
cut that bit out.
Yeah, that one out. That was nice. Like we just sat there, split screen.
Well, that's it. We normally find like
Screen
co-op
team?
games on the Switch that she can pick up. Anyone can pick up quite easily. And yeah, I like our little video game nights or board games. We've got a pretty decent board game collection. A lot of 2-player games. Yeah.
Fun.
Sick.
I love that.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for coming on, mate.
Thanks for having me, guys. It was good fun.
Now you're going to have to relive this and fucking watch it.
Do you
I'll go
find?
through the whole thing.
I guess you've been doing it for so long now. It wouldn't matter. But the like watching yourself and hearing yourself, does it still irk you, or
Nah, not at
you've
all.
done it for so
Yeah,
long?
you kind of just get over it, hey?
It doesn't bother me. Normally, if I go back and watch something way later, because you grow and you evolve and you change. So especially like my older videos, some of the ways that I speak, I don't know. Yeah, that irks me.
I tried to watch episode 1.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I turned it off after 5 minutes. I was like, that is fucking horrible.
Yeah.
That will do us for today's episode. This was episode 73. Thank you, Toomey, for coming on. We
Thanks for
really
having me.
appreciate your stories and your insights.
Cheers.
And we look forward to working with you more and more.
Cheers,
Hey,
guys.
dog.
Peace.
Bye.